A lot of people have been waiting for Half-Life 2 Episode 3 to release, and it unfortunately didn't. A lot of people have been waiting, and waiting. Not until the fans took it upon themselves and decided to make their own fan-made Episode 3. And that's where the closure comes in. And it's, pretty interesting. Now, I played the whole thing, even though I didn't really finish it. It's alright. Despite all the copyrighted music in the game, baby-stepping you, choosing your difficulty, there are good stuff about it. However, there are stuff that kinda throws me off, such as the tutor being a bit too talkative, telling you which enemies you chose, and text saying many enemies or less enemies. Like, please, can you shut up? I'm trying to beat down those guys. Even some of the rotating symbols that look like I'm playing Mario 64. I'll be honest though, the mapping looks really good for a source mod. Very detailed, geometry has reasonable space, and even the gameplay, depending on the difficulty, is absolutely fun. The story, however, is pretty weird for a Half-Life Episode 3. A lot of stuff apparently is just happening in one story, which kinda doesn't really make any sense. Vance just kept mourning for her father and doesn't really do anything the whole story. Dr. Magnussen, however, still feels like the same character, and the voice acting here is just pretty fine.
She can't go to the North Pole right now. She hasn't talked in several days. She doesn't eat or sleep, she just sits there.
But, I don't know. The writing seems kinda weird. Also, the models, textures, and NPCs and the weapons look like they were probably taken from Game Banana, and it kinda throws me off. I don't know if Leon made an option to turn off custom models, but if someone would have helped them code the whole thing in, it would have been better. Speaking of options, I can't seem to turn off this John Williams music. But overall though, I kinda suggest that you try out the mod for yourself. That is, if you haven't played it. I guess it's safe to say it looks more like an experimental Half-Life Episode 3 than anything. Writing is convoluted, maybe Leon thought it was cool. Maps are surprisingly good, even though I saw his name. It's safe to say this is Leon trying his hands in modding, but got mixed reception on ModDB. I mean, hell, I've tried my hands on modding, but it was way worse than this, let me tell you. And, no, there's no footage of my mods from what I could tell. But I'll assure you, they're way bad. Also, I've pretty much seen worse mods on ModDB than this one, but who am I to judge? Sure, this mod may not really be Valve standards, but I think this mod serves its place as an underappreciated experimental mod from someone who simply wanted to experiment with the source engine. I really don't give a shit about the custom assets part, nor do I really care about the writing here as much, as it's really made by one person, and it's Leon.